Hi guys, it's Keisha and I'm back with a Bible journaling process video. I'm using the Illustrated Faith How He Loves Us devotional. And day one is I Will Praise You, where we look at Psalm 34 and 1. And I've already journaled on the page that has that verse, so I'm going to use the facing page. And the verse reads, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. And this verse was perfect for today because it matches the 30-day worship plan that I'm using in my faith journal. So I'm just squeezing out some of the acrylic paint in the colors that match the devotional cover. I'm just squeezing my paint out on a piece of glass since I'm using a larger amount of paint today for my paint palette. And I'm going to use my Illustrated Faith Bible mat to protect the pages underneath my journaling page. So I've taken a flat paintbrush and I'm just putting some of that orange acrylic paint around the page, and I'm going to use my circle punch to hold that page down. My ceiling fan is blowing the page, and so I don't want it to flip over while I'm changing paint colors. So I needed something heavy, and that just happened to be in my reach. And I'm just going to continue adding all the different colors. So I'm going to speed this up for you a little bit until we get to the black. So I've taken some water and thinned out my black paint, and I've changed the brush to a thinner brush, and I'm just going to use it and flick some black paint splatters to the page just to give it a little more texture. I was kind of having a hard time getting the paint to come off, so I added more water, and in the process of doing that, I think I added too much water and then went overboard with the paint splatter. So I'm going to grab my heat gun in a second and try to dry some of it up. So before I did that, I had to make sure I moved my Bible mat because I didn't want the heat to melt it, as this heat gun gets pretty hot. So just drying it out a bit. And then after I've done that for a minute, I have to get a baby wipe, and I'm still trying to get some of the wet paint up. Seems as if when I thinned it out, the little paint splatters became puddles. So I had to try to get some of it up, and then I'm using the heat gun to try to dry it out again. But all in all, I like how that part turned out. So now I'm going to replace my Bible mat. and I'm going to do some stamping. I'm using the How He Loves Us stamp from the devotional kit, and I'm not really good at stamping, so I'm going to play around with it a little bit, try to figure out where I want to place it, and I decided to go to the left of the paint splatter. So I'm using the top of my ink pad, and before I ink it up, I kind of prep the stamp on my arm by rubbing it back and forth in my arm to make sure the ink adheres well. Um, Pretty glad that I did some test stamps first, because I found out that I needed to rock the stamp as I placed it because of the curved surface of my ink pad top. So I get a pretty good impression, and so I clean off my stamp and I'm ready to keep going. So what I'm going to do now, I'm getting ready to place my title, and I'm using some stamps. I think they're from American Crafts, but it's the Remarks line. So I kind of play around with it, lining up my letters on my Bible mat, and I get really indecisive at this point, trying to figure out what letters to use, what will make it stand out. But I decide to go ahead and use the lowercase alphabets to spell out my title, and I'm putting the title as I Will Praise Him, and that goes right back to the verse that I'm doing today. I really wanted the word praise to stand out, so I got another of the Remarks sets to use the word, to spell out the word praise, because that's what I really want to stand out on this page. And I'm just about done. I'm gonna add some of the washi tape that came with the kit to the bottom of the page, and I grab my 1-inch circle punch, and I punch out the word shine. It comes from the Print and Pray shop, and I wanted to use it as a tab, and so I just adhere it with some washi tape at the top. And once I get that down, that's it. And here's a couple of close-ups um, of my finished product. And again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.